camera starts in the sky, falling rain. It's a pretty rainy day in NSF, actually. So we're following the rain down to the road surface. As we do, we find a bit of a bachelor pad on wheels as it winds its way from the commercial section of town into the residential portion of town. Dalton, what's that drive look like?
Thanks to many years of work that Dalton has done on this vehicle, it seems like this truck would be bouncing and rigid and stiff and old, but nah. Smooth shock system, brand new brakes, no squealing in the tires whenever we pull up to lights. It hasn't been in many years, but this is a home away from home for Dalton, so he does like to keep it updated and keep it fresh and keep it feeling nice. So it's just a smooth drive headed towards our mission.
As you approach what is sort of the edge of the residential zone, you start to see mixed bag of advertisements. And the particular neighborhood you find yourself in is set up for a particular clientele, as it were. And as you find yourself driving down this street, very quickly you can see off in the distance, coming up, a decently sized one-story building that has purple lettering out front and the silhouette in pink neon of one male figure, one female figure, and the purple lettering on either side says "Lost Innocence." As you approach, I don't know how close to the building you get, but the front of the building has a sort of semicircle divot out of the center of it. Flat areas, semicircle, and that's where the entrance is. Standing on the other side, of course, there are bouncers, and there's an alleyway down the one side of the building in which occasionally people come and go. What's your approach look like?
So Dalton's going to drive past the front area, past the alleyway, but then once we make it just past the alleyway, pull up and kind of park beside the next closest building so we can scope from there.
Okay. There's a variety of buildings. Like, are you looking to get like sort of kitty corner to the
Yes.
building? Okay. There's a closed parking structure for a residential building across the street. It doesn't really provide you a vantage point to see anything. But you could park in there, or you could risk parking on the street if you so chose.
Dalton's confident in the outer look of this van being pretty innocuous, so I will take the chances on leaving us on the street.
Okay.
It just looks like a moving van, so maybe we're just a late night crew, or maybe we're just people who got here late to move in, but definitely in front of the building, so it looks like, oh yeah, this is where we're supposed to be.
Okay.
Jacob, you take a look outside and keep an eye out. I don't know exactly who we're looking for or what we're going to kidnap, but we definitely should start picking out
At this point,
gang members.
At this point, Jacob just kind of just goes, a little shrug and just kind of puts out a cigarette that he was puffing on the way here. And a little deep breath. He just goes outside and, hits the comms and it's just like, I'll start poking around. I'll see if I can ask anything. Troy, do you want to check around and see what's going on with the tech situation out here?
Can you please specify your request?
Can someone else just? I'll be outside, and he just at this point he just gets out, a little huff, and fucking just starts jogging towards.
Okay, so Jacob, give me a notice roll.
+2.
Okay, so there's a couple of decently sized bouncers out front. Probably look like they can handle themselves. There's a line of people waiting to get in. There's a sign out front that says ladies' night every night. Women and no cover charge for women. There is a side alleyway in which there seems to be not a steady stream, but the occasional, looks like there may be people coming and going. It's a trickle, what I would describe.
So, giving a bit of a look over at his surroundings, Jacob just back on the comms and says, we got a bit of a line out front. I don't see anybody. I don't see any Trez heads out here. Says there's no charge or cover for women, so I'm thinking maybe Karen, you could come out here and check things out too. There's something I want to check out before I head inside. I'll let y'all know how that goes. And just with that, he starts making his way to the alley. Just a little relaxed walk, no jog or nothing, trying to seem more just inconspicuous to see what's going on.
There is a small awning. As you walk down the alleyway, the building sort of cuts in a little bit, and there's just an awning over that portion, and there's 2 security guards standing there, and there looks to be some sort of small receiving area in there. Think like a small dentist's office almost. Like a waiting room for that sort of thing.
Are there cameras on the codexes?
There are. Oh, yeah.
All right. So with that, Jacob just makes it look like he's just texting on his phone. A little click and sends it to the group. And just a little text that's just like, I don't know why this is fucking here. Got any heads or tails?
What does it look like exactly? Just a dentist's office?
Pretty much dentist office with bouncers outside, long and short of it. Off just the side of the building, a little awning.
Are there any signs there at all?
Nah. Nothing.
Patty is like probably trying to like get a look through her like little rougher camera, and she's like, when people come out, do they look different at all? What like, look at the people coming in, look at the people coming out, see the difference.
Gonna do a notice roll to see the clientele?
No, but you can do an investigate roll.
Right. +2. Your boy's rolling good tonight.
Nice.
Okay. You haven't seen any come in, but you have seen a couple come out, and they seem like somebody who's just received something that they wanted to receive.
So with that, kind of Jacob pops back around the corner, not wanting to get spot. Just starts relaying over the comms, or rather the little text that he's already got going on for everyone. I don't know what's going on in here. Ain't nobody come outside. But nobody's went inside, but whoever's come outside seems like they got what they wanted. Fucking. Can I just peek around the corner, see if there's any cameras?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do an investigate if you want.
All right.
Patty's like pulling off her medtech like vest and everything, so she's trying to look more like normal civilian right now. Because if she comes in with just this full gear, she's going to get noticed immediately. But she he's here seeing the text. She looks towards Karen and like, you think that's where they get Trez and shit? Like, front is like all the other shit. Trez is in the back.
Maybe? I don't know. There might be something else going on. I'm not sure. I think that would be something Troy would be particularly good at poking into.
Yeah. Speaking of which, just as she says that, Jacob's text just come across. I can't really spot any cameras from here. So.
Patty turns to Troy and says, "Hey, Troy, could you get into the cameras and see, like, basically she starts, like, trying to navigate through the camera, like, that they all have and, like, the codex, and she says that area that they're, like, going in and out of, could you try to get some eyes on what's going on that side?"
You would like me to...
Short of that, if you can't get into the cameras, just find any information about what might be going on, if you can.
I will see what I can do. And Troy's body in the back of the truck, if Patty and Karen are still in there, goes stiff like it usually does, and he jumps into the net. Does he... I'm assuming he sees the network for the building.
Oh,
like he...
No.
Oh.
Hardware, software. Software, if you're going to the net, you have to travel to that location. If it were hardware, you could jump right over to that equipment. Now, you don't yet even understand how passerby navigated between the hardware and the software layers. So your ability to go from hardware to a software location is as yet undiscovered. So for you to locate the Lost Innocents Club, you have to locate the Lost Innocents Club on the net.
Well then, I guess that means Troy's kind of stuck in the net for a minute. And he's going to start doing some searching, bringing up his little deck. And he's going to search up Lost Innocents. NSF.
It is a relatively easily found site. It is a relatively easily found location, as they publish a fair amount of content. So I think what I'm going to do is, rather than what we normally do and run with Troy first, I think what we're going to do is jump back into the van for a second. And what does this look like between Dalton and Karen and Patty, who is now, for some reason, adopting civvies?
Dalton, from sitting in the driver's seat, is going to turn to the middle, pull down the middle of the seat, hits the back wall of the truck, it pops open, and Dalton crawls through and is in the back with Karen and Patty. Hey guys, forgot to mention there's a trapdoor.
Why are you back here?
Seeing Patty half undressed.
Okay, her tits aren't out. She just took off her medtech gear.
I said half undressed.
Okay, chill.
My apologies. I didn't mean to walk in on anything. There's some fresh clothes in the if you hit that wall there, it's kind of a facade. You can find all kinds of clothes in there.
She opens up the facade. Like, what is she looking at here?
It's like it looks like the inside, like the truck seems a little thinner on the inside, and it's because there's a bunch of fake walls. And so yeah, you hit where he tells you to, and it's just this like row of like shelving, surprisingly folded and kept together. All these like rows of clothing, shirts at the top, pants at the bottom, all stuff like that, all organized.
Yeah, before she even like picks up anything, she like sniffs. Okay, it doesn't smell like you.
Ouch, but also yeah, I guess I keep them pretty okay in here. Like I said, I haven't used it in a while. I don't know what anything's condition is.
So I take it you want to come in with me, Patty?
Well, if I'm gonna be in the one and like doing all this random shit that we're doing with them, I might as well get the eyes on him and shit. Plus, we always need Dalton to like have a quick getaway in case shit goes down.
I mean, this machine is not that fast, but I'm ready for a getaway.
As long as you behave yourself in there, Patty.
Look, I don't plan on getting shot by you or fucking anybody else tonight, so, you know.
Dalton from
like
behind Karen. Dalton's giving a thumbs up to Patty. Okay.
Okay. She's like looking around. She's trying to find like one of those most like loose fitting t-shirts or a little baggy. She's trying to find one of those. She's like, what the fuck do you wear, Dalton? Like, I literally feel like I'm looking at a 45-year-old dad here.
I mean, if you wanted to look like a dressed down civilian, these are the clothes for it. You will not stick out in public wearing my old college sweatshirt.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just keep what I'm wearing.
You sure you don't want to wear the one that has my grades on them?
And what are you wearing, Patty?
She's normally going like the red jacket style, so like kind of that like a little bit business, a little bit like easy transition to different walking and shit. So like it's basically she kind of looks like red jacket, pants, like basic set lay down. It's just this time the med tac gear is just all fucking gone off her.
And out of curiosity, Karen, what are you wearing?
A black dress.
Okay. You can never go wrong with a little black dress.
No, you can't.
So, what's his approach look like, ladies?
Well, not knowing what the side entrance is and considering that it's the front entrance that says women get in for free, I suppose that's the direction we should go. How long is the line?
Fairly long, but if you notice, well, give me a notice roll.
Let me do that. -1.
Patty?
Yeah, we're trying it.
Well,
Actually, could I help her?
No.
Do you have a notice stat at all?
no, you're
Oh,
roll.
okay. Come on. All right, it's a +1. We're good.
The line's full of men.
She looks around at the line for a minute, and she looks back at Karen, and she's like, well, we got two options. We can go arm in arm into this shit, or we can lay in the fucking line. I think they're letting women in easy.
I would
Well,
I would honestly narrate this way. Karen didn't notice because Karen didn't even bother looking.
kind of what I was thinking.
Good.
Just heads right towards this front. Just walks right up to the door.
Yeah. You know, this time, Patty is going to pull a move. She puts her arm into Karen's. And she's like, look, okay, we got to sell this shit. Do not hound me on this later.
As you walk up, one of the two bouncers looks at you. They both wear name tags. I don't know if anybody's got a notice roll strong enough to notice their names, but they are both wearing name tags. But Nevin looks at the pair of you and says, "You can come in. Dress code. She with you?"
She likes to think she is.
What the fuck is the dress code?
And he just tilts his head and looks you up and down. And he goes, "Something feminine?"
Oh, I didn't realize we were fucking telling what we have to wear. Is this not feminine enough for you? Do I need to show my fucking tits? And she just pulls up her shirt.
Yeah, that'll do. Let him in.
Dalton turns to Troy's inanimate body. Oh, I can't believe that actually worked.
There's no
right.
response.
My bad, I forgot.
As the doors open, what you are surrounded by is this quintessential cyberpunk scene. It is pinks and blues and neons. There are these tubes and bottles all around the top of this place. There is a superstructure sort of hung with red EL lights that form these sort of shapes off the ceiling. There are people standing. There are people sitting at tables. There are booths around this central floor. As you walk in, give me notice rolls.
And I help Karen this time.
I don't see how you can help someone notice.
Fair enough. I'm just figuring because I have no notice roll stats.
Just starts pointing over the shoulder. It's like,
Hey, I got a +2, so we're doing all right.
Zero.
hey, look over there.
Don't forget to use your eyes.
Okay.
Smell.
So Karen does not notice much of this. Karen, what you do notice, there's a bar. It's off to the right. It's a large curving bar on the right-hand side as you walk in. There are dancers on two separate stages. They are spaced immediately in front of you, like in the center of the floor. They are sort of vertically positioned straight out on a horizontal line to you, right? Two separate stages. There's a male dancer, there's a female dancer, and in between them is a DJ booth, right? Surrounding them are tables and chairs. Surrounding that are booths. There are doors to the left. Patty. There seems to be some sort of employee entrance or space back left door. There seems to be a VIP booth that is elevated and sort of looking over the whole of this floor in the back right space. And right behind you, as you walked in on either side, where this sort of semicircle divot is pushed in to this front, it creates a dead space on either side, and there are a series of 5 doors on either side of those. So you got a bunch of rooms here. You got 5 larger rooms over to the left. You got a large bar to the right-hand side. You got a couple of go-go dancers, strippers out on the floor. You got a DJ booth. You got an employee service area back left, and there is some sort of VIP booth in the back right with people in it and an elevated position looking over this expanse, as it were.
So I give Karen the heads up. I'm like, there's an employee entrance on that back left, VIP up there. You've got doorways behind us. So this is more of your field, so I'm giving you what you need, okay?
You coming through in the comms?
Yeah, it's still coming through on the comms, but I'm primarily talking to Karen.
All right.
Yes. And Karen turns on her camera so that it's broadcasting to Dalton and Jacob. And Troy too, but you know.
Is somewhere else right now.
He would be able to receive that.
I'd imagine it'd be like just an alert.
How many bouncers are around us?
Give me a roll.
-2.
There are a variety of men in this club at this time that are up and moving and could be tough looking.
I say we go to the bar.
Right after you. And Patty almost lets Karen go for a minute because she's like, this is a weird space. This is not like her vibe, but she holds the arm and keeps following.
Where on the bar? Just geographically. Are you right as you walk in? Are you pushing your way all the way to the back? There's a few people at the bar. There's runners going to the bar, with orders, that sort of thing. And there's a pair of well-weathered bartenders working this line.
Push in a little bit. Not right towards the front. I'd go back a little bit.
Okay. As you do, the bartender is closest to you is sort of, it is not exactly a slow moment for the bartender. There's a couple orders in. NSF runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People have needs. Needs must be met. So they're getting drinks. They're working the bar. Quick, wipe between. Bartender looks up. He sees you, catches your eye, gives you the nod, and the sort of like, give me 1 sec, and, starts doing the thing, getting the drinks, gets an order up for a runner, sends it off, looks at you and goes, what can I get you?
Gin and tonic, dear.
Anything for your friend?
Give me a shot.
Of?
Vodka.
Very quickly, gets a bottle of gin out, pours it, tops it with tonic, drops a little lemon peel in there, slides it across, pours out a shot of vodka, chilled from the freezer, as that is how you should do a shot of vodka if you're going to be shooting vodka, and slides that across to you and says 45 credits.
Of course it is. All right. Karen sends over 50.
Thank you kindly. And he just back to what he was doing.
Surprisingly busy.
There's a lot of people. And she just downs her real quick. I can't get an exact read on... Actually, Kai, I had a curious question. Nah, never mind. I was thinking about my cybernetic eyes, and I was like, if there was something I could do, but I was like, there's a lot of people in the room right now.
Karen wants to, is interested in finding a somewhat lonely-looking male who's watching the dancers, but not so invested that they wouldn't be interested in talking to someone.
You want me to hold the spot right here?
Yes.
All right, cool. Patty just like sidles up against the bar and leans against it, just kind of been keeping an eye out, but also keeping an eye on Karen.
Space is at a relative premium in here, so there's nobody sat at a table singularly. Like there's no like solos going on here. There's a table with two guys that you could probably pick off as targets that are sort of diagonal right as you walk in, like the far back and a little bit to the right. That would be, you know, a little further push back. They're sort of adjacent to the VIP area, but not quite, you know, that's further up in the corner. You could take a run at them probably.
Okay. You know, Patty, on second thought, I will have you come along.
All right. Hey, can you give me another one? Yeah, like she's
Hey,
like not even really. She's like focused in the moment, but she's like not even paying attention to.
Pours
like,
you another shot, slides
Yeah.
it across. That'll be 25 creds.
Sends 30, and then she downs it. And she heads up after you.
Thanks, dear. As we walk towards the back and we approach the table, Karen stumbles a bit and shuffles her drink and spills it all down the front of Patty's clothes.
What the fuck?
Like, oh my god! Oh, I'm
One of them
sorry, dear.
stands up and grabs a cocktail napkin off of his table and stands up and let me help you with that. And he starts dabbing Patty's breasts with a cocktail napkin.
Hey, fuck off! Get off me! And I'm going
You're
to.
so kind. Thank you. Oh, I'm so clumsy.
You literally have to, like, reach
he's
right
not
there.
even looking at Patty as he's doing it. He's now at Karen. He's like, "Oh, happy to help, miss."
Oh, thanks.
Patty is
Oh, it's-
fully pushing the hand off of her. She's like, "Fuck you!"
It's so surprising to meet a gentleman here. We were just out for a little bit of a girls' night, and we weren't expecting to find anyone that we'd like.
Oh well, you know, give me a roll.
+1.
They're sitting in front of the male go-go dancer. Well, you know, a bit of a mama's boy. What can you say?
Oh, well, that's so nice. You know, are you a fan of the dancers?
You know, I'm a fan of the human form.
Oh, me too. Me too. And all of its glorious incarnations, right?
Well, I prefer some over others.
Oh, fair. Do you like this club? This is our first time here.
You know, we try not to come too much because, you know, it's money, creds, right? You know, don't have that much to blow all the time. But, you know, you like to let loose from time to time.
Oh, that's nice. Is there anything fun that we can get up into here?
I mean, we don't usually like do anything here, but he glances, and as he glances, he's like, you know, you can get somebody, or you know, there's the net rooms, I hear.
Oh, net rooms. Never used one of those.
Hold on, I have background work. Okay.
Patty takes off her jacket because it's like soaking wet now.
You look so much better without that jacket anyway, dear.
I've had that jacket for 5 years.
The other male at the table glances over and goes, "Oh my God, you so do though. You need to lose it."
See, I told you. It's not just me. You need to listen to the opinion of others, dear.
Mm.
Thank you.
See, she's got style. Little black dress never goes out.
Yeah, you see, she's got style because she got nothing else.
Catty, rare. The first gentleman says, "You want to join us? Ogle some balls?"
That would be great. Thank you so much.
He pulls
slides
out the
on in.
chair for you, and the one who's sitting there just sort of kicks the chair out for Patty.
She just slides up.
Why, thank you. Now, is this the Star Dancer, or is there a special show after this one?
Oh, there's a rotation. There's just multiple dancers. DJ Anubis will bring them up.
Oh, DJ Anubis. I like that name. Now, so I hear, now this is just a rumor, that you can record your own videos here. Is that a thing?
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to ask probably some of the staff. We just come here for the drinks and the meat.
Okay. You never go into the back room?
Oh, no. No, my mama raised me right.
Oh, okay.
The catty one goes, "I prefer to work the alleyway."
What's in the alleyway?
Oh, you bad girl. After my own heart, I hear.
It is at that time that a champagne flute arrives at the table, and the server, Kelly, she bends down and goes, "For the one in the black dress from Miss Vivian."
Miss Vivian.
She sort of gestures to the VIP booth. There's a woman in a suit sitting there holding court with her fiery red hair. And she just holds up a flute of her own, little tilt to the head, and takes a small sip.
And Karen returns it.
No matter where you go, you got simps down in for you.
Oh, you're just bitter.
Should try having some better style.
Told you.
Okay.
Little black dress. It opens doors.
Yeah, at least I don't like sell myself to people that I don't want to engage with, you know?
What?
Is Kelly still here?
Kelly, if you move quickly, Kelly is starting to walk away.
Kelly, dear. Would Miss Vivian be interested in any company, do you think?
I can ask. Kelly bounds away over to the VIP table and bends down, and there's some sort of exchange. She comes back over and says, Miss Vivian's wrapping up some business, but if you want to wait like 5 minutes, just don't worry, I'll come over and tap you on the shoulder.
Thank you so much, dear.
The first gay guy, he looks at you and goes, I've been coming here for off and on, and I didn't even know her name, but I suppose I should introduce myself. Hi, I'm Quill.
Will, what a cute name. It's a pleasure to meet you. You can call me Miss K.
Cool, Miss K, is it? Okay. You want to Mystique? I get it.
I'm a little special.
Fucking the Queenie one goes, I'm special too, bitch.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Special. Nice to meet you, Special.
I'm gonna call you bitch.
Hey, no better term for me.
Oh, I like you. I like you a lot. What can I call you other than sassy?
Oh God. Did I have? Yeah. Oh yeah. I did actually. I'm like fucking. My name's Victor.
Is that with a K?
No, it's with a CH.
And I look at Karen for a minute and I like visibly roll my eyes.
I like it.
Of course you do. You have style and taste.
Exactly. I
Your
just think
fatherless name.
I think I just found a best friend. Did I just find a best friend?
Oh my God, best friends.
We have to go searching for shoes sometime.
Oh my God, I know this boutique place in the shopping district. They hand make their shoes from endangered animal leather. It's amazing.
Oh my God. Can you shoot me your contact like right now?
Victor swipes his contact information over to you.
So thank you.
Shoe shopping buddies.
Shopping buddies. Yes.
Kelly comes back over, taps you on the shoulder and goes, Miss Vivian will see you now.
Why, thank you, dear. I guess I'll talk to you, gentlemen, and Patty later.
You're ruthless. I like you. Again, as you get up and approach the VIP area, there are two, shall we say, rugged men leaving dejectedly. As you approach, Miss Vivian takes a beat, looks you up and down, and then goes, Hi, I'm Miss Vivian. Now what may I call you?
You can call me Miss K.
Now, I saw those moves over there. Smooth. But I think I've seen those moves before. Do you happen to have a internet presence of some sort?
It's possible that you may have seen me around here and there.
The organization is a minority stakeholder in only stands.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, it's so good. I take it that you're associated then.
One could say that.
I could only assume.
She gestures.
Thank you.
So, Miss K, what brings you into our little establishment?
Can we hear all this?
She's streaming.
Cool. Just want to make sure. Just want to make sure there's nothing fucking with it.
Just a couple of girls looking for a little bit of fun. Heard that this club might be a interesting place to swing by.
Has it caught your, has it sufficed thus far?
Well, it certainly met all of my expectations.
And what were those expectations?
Beautiful people,
Well,
good music.
wherever you go, I'm certain there are.
But it's hard to always look at myself. I'm sure you know.
So one surrounds oneself with beauty. She gestures at the go-go dancers.
You did well. And Karen glances over at Patty and says, certainly better than me.
As soon as you look up, Patty just like holds up that middle finger just a little bit.
I must ask, my dear, are we slumming it tonight?
Yes, to put it bluntly.
Happens to the best of us, I suppose.
Yes.
So, what can I get you, Miss K?
Entirely certain. This seems like such a interesting establishment. I'm not really certain what all I could ask for.
Well, I must ask. We do have a bit of a reputation. So, be blunt. What have you heard?
A little bit of fornication, a little bit of debauchery, some minor inclusion of other substances.
Oh. An unfortunate reputation, that is. Give me a roll.
Zero.
Okay. Actually, okay. I'm doing a rapport roll. So, that's a total of 4 either way. It's a classic. Cards on the table, Miss Karen. I think everyone in town knows who owns this club. I provide a service. But appearances can be deceiving. People make assumptions. Unfortunate rumors spread. Because people don't take the time to understand.
Yes, jumping to conclusions can make a bit of a ass out of oneself.
The substance is just... We take in the detritus. We take in the cast-offs. We take in those with no other option and give them options. Trez is such an ugly business. Terrible addiction.
But it does provide some things at the end of the day, does it not?
Well, I prefer to not see that scourge affect my people. But unfortunately, there are less noble individuals at play in this city who don't have the scruples that someone such as yourself or myself seem to have. Give me a roll.
Have it on the record. Patty is like, she's complaining about like me, but she's not complaining in Dalton's car, and just the argument goes from there on the text.
-3.
It's at this moment that we cut away to Troy.
I'm assuming after all of this time has passed, Troy has probably made it to the club on the net.
Oh, yes, very much so, Troy.
I'm pretty sure he's probably had enough time to start doing what he's supposed to be doing, so I'm guessing this is a bit of a back in time kind of thing.
Yep. We can
All right.
maintain multiple timelines.
Sweet. Well then, he's arriving at the digital club on the net of the Lost Innocence. What does he see?
I don't know. Give me a roll.
Okay. Is this notice?
It is. Unless you're specifically looking for something.
No, we're just starting out to see what he sees at first.
Cool.
Two.
So that is a 3 total.
Nope. I added my notice to that roll.
Oh, okay.
So that's a 2 total. Sorry.
Cool. This is a relatively well-defended location. They produce and distribute a fair amount of pornography, both in the sort of 2D digital sense as well as the full sensory net dive sense. And so they co-locate their facilities at a relatively reputable provider. And so this is not not an easy run, shall we say. But the club itself has so like the data is hosted off-site. The club itself has at least one watchdog program encircling it that you can tell, and has camera systems located and streaming multiple all around the building. 2 on the entrance, 1 in every corner, and there seems to be a couple of cameras located with the back door, as it were.
Well, I suppose first things first, Troy's going to load up Sentinel.
Okay.
And next thing after that, he's going to load up Foxy.
Okay. You see a circle swoop just around you. You see a little 6 ping off into your corner. Consider yourself at least as moderately protected as Troy can get.
That back door you mentioned with the 2 cameras nearby.
Correct.
Is the dog nearby that at all at the moment?
You would be correct.
Well, first things first. I think Troy's going to use Raven on the 2 cameras.
Okay, that's 2 separate actions. So
All
pick
right,
your
so-
action and give it a roll.
He's going to try Raven on the first camera, the one to the left of the door, and that was a -1.
The camera is successfully disabled, though you do notice that with that, no, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. The camera does seem to be successfully disabled.
Then Troy is going to try Raven on the second camera.
Give me a roll.
-1.
It is successfully disabled, but you will take note that Foxy just ticked down to 5.
Oh boy, time to quicken the pace. Next things next. Pepe on the dog.
Okay, give me a roll.
0.
The dog sees Pepe coming and sidesteps it.
That's new. Troy's going to start walking up to the door, probably alerting that dog to his presence. And he's going to point to the dog, and he's going to say firmly, lightning bolt.
Give me a roll.
+1.
The dog whimpers and cries and dissipates into pixels.
Satisfied with the results, Troy's going to be with a bit of sense of haste. He's going to try jostling the door.
The door opens right up. And in that moment that you open the door, what you can see is now 2 cameras inside. And you can see what amounts to the data flow from those cameras back to some location. The presence of a system here. There is no avatar, there is no person, because this location doesn't necessarily have a net location assigned to it. But it does have a net presence in the form of it does exist. This is a part of their network. This is something doing something. And so these cameras are feeding back to some location on this facility. And over the counter, there is absolutely a data terminal that is live.
I guess Troy's just gonna try Raven on the 2 cameras, one at a time, like usual.
Try it.
God, -2.
The first camera does go down. Foxy ticks down to 4.
Zero on the next camera.
Second camera goes down.
Foxy happened to do anything, or are we still at 4?
You're still at 4.
All right, he's gonna start rushing through that hallway.
It's not a hallway so much.
Oh,
As it's just a small alcove with a data terminal on one side.
oh. Then he's gonna go for the data terminal.
Give me a roll. Try roll
That's 3 Ls.
roll with 2 L's.
I was hitting 2 L's. Good lord, -3.
The data terminal is a secure terminal that has a moderate level of encryption on it that is seemingly beyond Troy's capability in the moment on the fly at present skill level.
Troy is going to... He's going to load up Derb.
Okay.
Let's see, what's the information available in this location?
Give me a roll.
-1. Also, I think my L key is sticky.
There's a variety of software running at this location on this server. As per standard for the net, it runs Apache 6.5.2. There doesn't seem to be any base server customizations going on there. But this site does run a variety of software for a variety of purposes. There seems to be transactional software going on here. There seems to be recording software going on here. There seems to be a variety of server security software that is used for monitoring and recording. They've got accounting software. They've got a variety of databases, a variety of spreadsheets, and a variety of documents attached to this facility.
Doesn't sound like anything that's really useful to Troy right off the moment, but it's worth seeing what would happen. Just out of curiosity. Actually, I was gonna do lawyer, but what about Joker?
Okay.
-1. I am doing shit.
Foxy ticks down to 3. Well, that was your turn, so it toggles over, and then okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. Yep, that's what's happening. Foxy ticks down to 2 in rapid succession. Joker launches successfully. There seems to be no firmware vulnerabilities on this platform, the same way that there were firmware vulnerabilities built into the Funhouse intentionally for you to find.
Kind of seems like there's not much Troy's. Is there any other doors in the facility that he's in right now?
There is a door out of this room
Okay.
that heads further into this building.
Well, tempted to go through that door, but looking at that little Foxy ticker there, I think Troy's getting the idea that this one might be a bit of a bust. He might have to get out pretty quick. So he's gonna go back through the exit. He's gonna leave.
Okay.
And he's gonna walk away a little bit. He's not gonna log off just yet, though. I'm gonna guess he got the little ping from Karen, the little picture she sent. Troy's going to send a message to Dalton, since the last time that he remembers, Dalton is in the van, and Troy's going to send a message in text form. Incapable of accessing network. Any other further suggestions while I am still on the net?
Dalton is going to receive said message. Looks at it through the comms. Okay, Dalton's gonna whisper through the comms to Patty and Karen, knowing they're busy, so trying not to disrupt the flow of their conversation, but just Troy needs more orders, and I don't know how to give him any I don't know how to speak to him.
Patty just sends a message. What did you figure out? To Troy.
That they have a the text message just replies that they have a presence on the net. They are currently using their presence to distribute and produce pornography, both visually and simulated through net diving apparatuses. I was unable to access any cameras or any visual feeds into the club.
Too hard or not enough time?
Both.
All right. So Patty takes up the message and she starts typing while she's dealing with the shit from Special, and she's just typing to Karen in the moment. Says, okay. She gives the basic rundown. Couldn't get into the cameras. Figured out the whole pornography thing.
What? Might I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
What happens if... How long does it actually take you to do it, Troy?
I guess milliseconds, right?
So, what's to stop you from taking 2 consecutive runs?
I guess because I didn't fucking think about that. I guess.
So time slows down as Patty's typing in this process.
It's
Yeah,
just
I guess.
just click, click,
Mm-hmm.
click as Troy's fuck it, we're going back in.
Yeah, I guess in that case, Troy's going to reload Foxy.
Well, what you'd have to do, functionally, is basically reset your net presence.
In other words, log off and then log back on.
Yeah.
All right. And then in that case, after that little conversation, I'm guessing Troy has that little epiphany that totally didn't come out of nowhere. That absolutely came out of nowhere. No divine intervention here. And Dalton is still in the back of the truck or van with Troy, right?
Mm-hmm.
For just a brief little moment, Troy's body just kind of reanimates a bit, and he looks over at Dalton and says, "Greetings, Dalton. I am going to make a second attempt."
I didn't know you made a first attempt, but good luck.
Thank you. And Troy's body goes stiff again, and he re-enters the net on a new session.
Do they hear that in the thing? Okay, cool.
I guess.
When
Does Dalton have it on?
Dalton does have it on. When Troy disappears again, Dalton just stares at him inanimate for a second. I don't know if I'm ever going to get used to that. And then starts, like, working on something.
There's a momentary cut into the club to Patty's table, and Victor is got his like bag out and is attempting to like fix Patty's makeup, which is non-existent. He's trying to like, you know, despite her protestations, he's like, just let me do a base coat.
There's a moment of like anger and like she really wants to punch this fucking guy. She's like, "Don't you fucking touch."
You would look so much better if we just added some liner.
Like what happens is she's looking at this and then she looks back at Karen. Does Karen look back at any moment? No.
You're dead to me.
Kai, flip a coin. Heads, yes. Tails, no.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but fine. And she scoots the chair over.
We're just like, finally, we are gonna make you fabulous.
You know, make me look less masculine.
Oh, sweetheart, it's only makeup.
I know what you motherfuckers can do with makeup.
He goes to work. We cut back to Troy.
By this point, Troy's already made his way back to the location of the club. I would say he probably has Foxy and Sentinel reloaded.
In that amount of time, the sysadmin for this facility has managed to successfully reboot the Watchdog program.
Of course. I think the first thing Troy does is use Pepe on the Watchdog.
Give me a roll.
0.
Pepe successfully launches and spins around the Watchdog program 3 times, releasing a noxious cloud of green gas. And you just hear some whimper as the program freezes in place.
Next thing's next. One Raven on one camera, and then the Raven on the next camera.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll.
First camera is a -1.
That is already a terminated task.
Oh, the cameras are... Okay, didn't realize that's how that worked.
I specifically said in that amount of time he got the Watchdog program rebooted. That would...
Misinterpret.
That would...
Okay, never mind. We're good. Camera's gone. Watchdog is the only thing
Your
up. Get it.
Foxy ticks down to 5.
Troy's dashing through that door.
Okay.
And then he's going to go through the next door into the facility.
As you walk through that door, you functionally see the walls fall away. And you are left facing a sysadmin avatar. And he says, "So this is who's trying to break into my gear."
Are you the system admin?
Hold on. I'm making a character decision really quickly. I am God. And flames shoot up all around you.
I am Troy.
Your, like, baseline just sort of... It takes the wind out of his sails. He's going for a bit of theatrics here. And you just sort of like, yeah, I'm Troy. It's just sort of in that moment, he's having this "I am God" moment. And you're like, I am Troy. And he just sort of like, fine. Give me a roll.
+2.
A bolt of just small red energy comes flinging out at a just sort of, as he just sort of swipes at you and just goes ding right off of Sentinel.
Was that an attempt to trace me?
He seems legitimately perplexed that the person who has just walked into this room can't even recognize a basic attack. And so No, it's not an attempt to trace you. I know exactly where you are.
I am in the club.
Give me a roll. Well, first, what do you want to do? Because action economy wise, he's spent.
I think Troy's not going to do anything just yet.
All right. Well, then that's forfeit of a turn.
-1.
You see Foxy tick down to 4. And you see another bolt of red, only this time he forces it a little harder, and you take 1 stress.
Ouch. Yeah, Troy. I think Troy's getting the picture now. This is real. As he, reacts to that. And he's feeling a lot of different things. But he looks up to the system admin as he sees this avatar representation. And he asks, "Are you human?"
Of course I'm fucking human. What the fuck is with all these questions?
What is the reason that you are denying my entrance?
Legitimately takes a few processor cycles to just reevaluate his world. Now uncertain. Like you can see him sort of like looking around and wondering, and if you could just for a moment hear his internal dialogue, he's wondering if he's trapped in some sort of construct. Like some master hacker has somehow like trapped his consciousness and she just caught in some sort of Sisyphean struggle for like just this eternal battle of like not even wits. He's just doomed to suffer for an eternity with like he's like, I thought I understood what was going on. And in that moment, he takes a mental stress.
Is everything all right? You seem to be distressed.
Okay. Yeah, I've decided I want to do this flip. Fuck this. I don't need this job. This job is not paying me well enough to deal with whatever the fuck this shit is. And you just see the avatar log off.
I find it strange that humans are easily distressed with simple questions. And I'm guessing if there's nothing in Troy's way anymore...
The walls come back up. You see a server terminal in front of you. It's sitting there logged in still. For purposes of narration, Patty and Karen. Actually, no. Jacob. No, never mind. No, I've decided the first one. Patty and Karen. You see from the employee door in the back of the club a very angry, pale, scrawny dude comes storming out and just, I fucking quit. Minimum wage is not enough to put up with this shit. I'm done. You can find yourself a new security guy. And he just storms out from the back all the way through, walks up to the bar and just snatches a bottle off the bar and fucking storms out of the club.
Patty is in that moment just like getting her makeup like messed with, and she's like trying to like keep him from poking her eyes because she's like pulling back a couple times, and then she looks at that guy as he's passing. Well, I guess working here sucks.
Oh, that's an interesting thing to see.
Miss K, if you would do me the luxury of waiting momentarily while I apparently have to handle some staffing issues. Vivian gets up and very briskly walks towards that back room. Troy, what do you do?
Well, just shrugging that little experience off. Humans are so easily agitated. Troy walks through the door deeper into the facility.
Oh, there's no door. You basically are sitting at a terminal at this point.
Oh, okay. And he's going to start looking at that terminal.
There are cameras for the entirety of the facility. There's books, there's accounting, there's logs, there's all sorts of stuff. What do you want?
Well, if I recall correctly, there was that little attachment to the club that looked like the waiting room for a dentist's office.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they wanted Troy to look at.
Okay. Group chat is interesting right now. So what you find, Troy, I don't know how to contextualize this for Troy though. Tell you what, rather than contextualize it for Troy, how about I just simply give Troy the files associated with that meta facility?
All right.
Because I could give Troy things, but contextually, I'm not sure Troy would even understand them.
Good chance of that. I think along with that, Troy's just going to probably just do a bit of a data dump into whatever he can carry. Get some information.
Okay. I will let you have lore on the side facility. I will let you have lore on the club and its business activities on that location. And we'll say revenue as well.
All right, cool. Troy just starts saving some relative data on the facility and the attachments and the revenue into his own personal data banks. And I guess there's not much. He has feed into the cameras, right?
Correct.
Troy's going to record or just access a few minutes of pre-recording of the facility, of the attachment. Say back to about 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
And with all that data, I think it's time. I think it's time to log off.
All right.
All right. Troy's body reanimates in front of Dalton. And Dalton and he looks over to Dalton states, I have information on the secondary facility attached to the club.
You should probably let Karen know about that.
That is a good idea. Thank you. And a little text ping pops up on Karen's phone. It states, information acquired.
Karen doesn't even pull out her phone to look at it.
Fair enough.
Patty's eye just lights up. Nice.
Did she say anything back?
There has been no reply.
She's kind of busy right now.
Is there anything else you would like me to do while we're here, Dalton?
Yeah, just get up off the couch for a minute.
Troy looks down at the couch that he's sitting on and, stands up as best as he is capable inside this van. I'm assuming he's too tall to stand up fully.
No, it's like, isn't it like a moving truck?
Yeah, it's a big truck.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a
thought it
box.
was like a-
Yeah, it's like a box truck.
I thought it was one of those bachelor vans.
No.
Okay, so in that case, Troy is standing up, upright.
As Troy stands up, Dalton leans forward, grabs the cushion of the couch, flips it completely inward, and there's nothing too highly technical, but just like a bunch of like handguns connected on the bottom. Dalton looks at Troy. Do you know how to use any of these?
I am not programmed for the operation of firearms.
Yeah, me either.
If you recall from the earlier incident, that was an accident.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to let you hold one, but
I am hesitant to hold one.
I do have these in case we need them. The information you found out, what should we go inside or wait for the others?
I pushed the talk button, just failed for a minute there. Considering my recent activity on the net, it may be best that I avoid public attention for the time being.
That is not a bad idea. I'd rather not.
They are, however, not aware of you. Technically speaking, they're not aware of me, but they are aware of a potential construct that just attempted and successfully accessed their network.
Okay. Dalton grabs a pistol he doesn't know how to use, puts it in the bag of his pants, and heads out to meet up with Jacob outside.
Well, Troy's just gonna patiently stand in the back of the van right now.
Yeah, feel free to wait here. Don't get lost.
I have no intention of getting lost.
Opens the van. Is Jacob still in this area?
Yeah, he's just kind of like posted up by the alley, actually, just watching the feed from Karen and Patty, just smoking another cig, just chilling basically. Looks like
Okay.
he's just texting on his phone compared to anyone else in the crowd.
Dalton steps out, shuts the door, goes up to Jacob. Troy got information on the smaller section that we were looking at, but I think he also got tagged, so I don't know if approaching it is a good idea.
Talking about that.
Yeah, the dentist office.
What is it?
I'm not sure, mostly because I don't speak whatever language Troy speaks.
Just one last hit of the cigarette. Troy, are you there?
Yes, Jacob, I am here.
Okay. What information have you found according to the about the side business?
I am having difficulty parsing this information. I think it would be better if a human were to look at it.
So, could you send like something on our codexes so we can read it, or?
Troy's gonna send the 5 minutes of video that he recorded to Jacob's phone.
At that point, it's like, just, thank you, Troy. All right, and he just beckons Dalton to like kind of just come here as he pulls up his codex. Just, well, here we go. And
one, then a second. Little Angel comes into the room and walks up to the counter, and the first one, looking very twitchy, says, "Hey there, Nurse Sally. I need my fix for the day. Sign in. You know the procedure. Don't worry, we'll get you taken care of." He signs digital tablet in the front. And he's have a seat. She goes in the back. There's some sort of conversation between she and her assistant. Little cup with something in it gets slid across the counter. He comes up, he downs it. Walks out. Second patient walks up. Same process is repeated.
so, I'm assuming that's like kind of end of the video, or just gist of the rest of the video.
That's just 5-minute clip. So what he got you?
Right. At that point, Jacob just puts away his codex, and he's just like, for once, Dalton actually gets to see the man actually start laughing for a second. Just it's a little wry chuckle, but even this is something that's so ridiculous to the man. It's just
I've
like-
never heard a threatening laugh before.
they have a prescription Trez business in here.
Is it like to help?
They have-
Or to make it worse?
You saw the video?
I mean, yeah, I can only assume they're junking up their own people.
Oh, sweet Jesus. And just with that, Jacob just tells the rest of the crew, just, they have a prescription Trez business, just like over the text, just like there's a prescription Trez business running out of this place. Just send.
Patty just responds, not surprised.
And just at that point, Jacob just looks back at Dalton. Well, any idea what we do about them two? And referring to the two security guards just chilling outside the office.
I mean, there are violent ways to handle it. I'm not super great at them, but I'll follow your lead if we want to. Essentially, start static. But I am trepidatious, to say the least.
Right, he just back on the comms. Roy, were there any cameras nearby this secondary business?
There were several, however, I did not. I was only told to retrieve the information about the inside of the facility.
Do you think it would be possible to get us a live feed patched into our codexes of around the entrances to said facility?
I believe I can make the attempt to.
Just wait on what God has to say.
Alrighty.
Attempt. Yep.
Troy's gonna log back onto the net for the third time today.
Karen,
And
we cut back to you as the camera follows Miss Vivian back to her VIP booth. It passes by one Patty, who now has full face. Shirt has been cut to reveal a bit of a midriff. Right? The pants now are booty shorts. Yeah. This has happened.
I said makeup. I did not agree to the pants. Okay, you don't cut the pants.
Oh, well, I mean, Victor is a persuasive fellow. What can you say?
Fucking gay dudes, I tell you.
Full face, midriff, booty shorts.
How do you breathe? My face feels like it's fucking suffocating.
Beauty is pain, sweetheart.
Fucking...
Miss Vivian comes back to the VIP booth and says, "Forgive me, Miss K, but circumstances. It's difficult to find reliable people these days, especially amongst the Netrunner crowd."
Understandable.
It would seem that we've been left short-handed, and I've got replacements coming in as quickly as possible. It does make certain tasks more difficult for us. So, forgive me, but I believe I must bid you adieu for tonight.
It was a pleasure to meet you, and I feel that I have entered into this with a little air of mystique. You can call me Karen. That is my name.
Oh, I know.
I figured. But it's wonderful to have met you. Maybe sometime I can get in contact about maybe doing some content. I'm sure you have plenty of great talent.
she swipes details for herself, as well as a link to a talent page as for what the contract details entail. She says, I look forward to hearing from you.
I
Business
look forward to talking.
business beckons.
Have a wonderful evening.
Enjoy the booth.
Thank you.
Ms. Vivian disappears into the back again.
Karen enjoys the booth for a few more minutes, just maybe 2 minutes, watching the lovely dancers. They're so talented. So up and down, spinning around. Impressive. But finally gets up and goes back to join the now transformed Patty. Victor, you did amazing.
I know, girl. Trust me. It was rough going, though. I mean, I've done my
You didn't
fair
have to
share.
cut the pants.
Yes. Yes, I did.
What's wrong with like pants and a midriff? Okay, that's a perfectly fine combination.
And Victor turns back to Karen. Just. I did what I could.
Well, you did an amazing job. I am so grateful for everything you've done.
It's not the first time I've had to flip a. Well,
If you call me a house, I will punch you.
I was gonna call you a mid-century, but whatever.
The shoe fits. We've had a wonderful time, but I do believe that it's time for me and Patty here to get going.
Girl, you're just gonna fucking hang out with Miss Vivian and dash. I see how it is. You're gonna spill when we go shoe shopping.
I don't kiss and tell, but that's not all I talk about.
Bullshit, bish.
Oh, I like you. Come on, Patty.
Bye, girl. Well, bye, Karen. No,
Karen,
bye, Miss K.
Karen looks up. I don't know, Patty looks up at Karen for a second. And then she gets up slowly. Well, I hate the fact that you cut my pants, but I will give you this, Victor. I do look nice.
You're welcome.
She turns around and she's like whispering under her breath to Karen, I know I'm trying to be like, get the job done and not fucking risk it, but I tell you, it was like, I have had sex with those kinds of men before, and I fucking hate them when they try to say like, ah.
Just you wait till Jacob sees you.
She picks up her jacket. She's not putting it on at the moment, but she's just got it set up.
Looks better that way. We head on out.
Huh?
Head towards the van. Those bachelor van. And I'm
Just
guessing
two
we run
women.
into Dalton and Jacob. Out?
Yeah, they're still chilling by the alleyway, waiting on Troy to get that cam set up, that live feed set up, basically.
Troy. Vivian did not come up. Vivian knows every aspect of her business. When you show back up, the watchdog is rebooted. The cameras are rebooted. The system is fully restored.
That's going to cause some trouble. Troy has restored Sentinel and Foxy.
Okay.
I'm going to guess Foxy's still reading 6 again.
It is.
All right.
Give me your roll.
-2.
Okay. Continue as you do.
Ooh, I don't like that. Well, I guess Troy's gonna go first thing first. He's going to take out the dog with Pepe.
Give me a roll.
+2.
The dog is engulfed in a cloud of noxious gas. The program freezes. And it's at that moment that you hear a growl behind you.
Uh-oh. Troy quickly looks around, surprised by the sound of a growl.
There is an attack dog directly behind you.
Troy's gonna try lightning bolting that dog real quick, because oh shit, suddenly there's a dog behind him. As he turns around,
Well, that's great and all. But I'm going to need you to roll first.
right. Nice. -2.
One, let's see, two, one, take two stress. And yes, I accounted for Sentinel.
Jesus.
Yikes. I'm guessing that was the dog attacking Troy.
Yes.
That thing just kind of got through Sentinel. I think Troy's going to back away from that dog,
Okay.
and he's going to try Pepe on this dog now.
Give me a roll.
Did I spill something on my L key? -1.
Pepe launches out, runs around the dog, and the dog just walks through the cloud.
Not good. Well, remembering what happened the last time he encountered a dog. Karen, man. If hitting the. In Troy's mind, he's thinking if hitting that dog worked the first time, maybe it might work again on this dog. So he's gonna lurch forward and he's gonna give it a good haymaker punch right in the side of the head.
Okay, give me a roll.
-1.
Your punch connects. The dog whimpers, but it is not deterred. So that's your turn.
All right.
Give me a roll.
-1.
Okay. Give me a roll.
+2.
The dog lunges at you. How do you react?
Troy's going to put his arms up in front of his face like that. Like, you know, the natural reaction that you have when something's coming lunging straight for you. He's putting his arms in the way, blocking whatever, you know, potential, whatever would be the equivalent of a vital area on his avatar.
The dog lunges at you, and when you do that, you see the dog hit Sentinel. And the shield just sort of shimmers and ripples out. The dog drops back down to the ground and circles back around.
Troy's a little surprised and relieved by that. Glad he knew to keep Sentinel up at first. He's going to face the dog again. Now that he knows that he's got a little bit of protection, not perfect. He's not too bold here, but he's gonna point his finger at the dog, and he's going to shout lightning bolt again.
Give me a roll.
0.
It connects firmly. The dog howls and dissipates into pixels. Now that you're not in direct combat, I'll tell you that Foxy is down to 2.
Uh-oh.
One of those rolls I had you do was a notice roll to see if you were noticing during combat.
Well, knowing what happened the last time, Troy's going to back off. And he's going to log off and return back to the real world.
Narratively, what we see is Ms. Vivian clicking essentially some extra icons on the desktop. Fuck with my system. Fucking can't keep fuckers here. Make sure she's changing passwords. She's launching software because this isn't the first netrunner she's lost. So there are procedures in place for her to reboot the system, change out security measures, and buff up security temporarily in case this motherfucker comes back.
I don't think Troy's gonna log back on. I think he's aware. He really doesn't get this. I mean, he gets it, but this was a real thing. This wasn't, you know, the fun house that was staged and designed to be won. This is real fucking security. And he just kind of, I think he's kind of coming to the terms with the fact that he might have been in some real, actual danger there. He's grown up. He's still standing in the van, and he's feeling a little, the closest robot equivalent to, lack confidence. He just failed. He failed his task. He's feeling kind of down. And the closest that he could feel to being down. It takes a few seconds. He needs a few seconds just to gather himself. And after a while, or after those few seconds, he sends a text to Jacob with just the simple message, "I'm sorry. I was unable to get the footage."
Just God, fuck. He wasn't able to get it. We don't have eyes on the inside. Just Jacob just kind of motions to Dalton.
Okay. maybe we're going about this the wrong way. We just need a body, right? Preferably one with ties.
I mean,
I think-
that's why I wanted the footage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that way we'd be able to tell ahead of time.
Dalton is gonna look for someone who's just left the facility, who's in the parking lot around.
I mean, there hasn't been anybody coming in and out of the clinic since y'all have been here. There were two that went in and came out when you were first arriving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even more reason why we needed eyes on the inside. Did the girls come out yet?
Yes, we are standing right
We're-
next to you.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
yeah.
Okay, so just narratively, Jacob was just too absorbed in the phone waiting to notice the women walking into his view.
So what did we find out?
It just takes a second. Just obviously, Karen takes his notice, but then he just looks at Patty and is just like, "What the fuck happened?"
If I hear you say anything, you will not get fucked tonight.
Just goes right back to Karen. Just goes right back. Just right back to Karen. He just goes right back to Karen, and he just, intention's clear there by his silence, and he just says, "They have." And just for the first time, Karen's also seeing him kind of smile a little bit in disbelief. They have a fucking prescription Trez clinic right there.
And
Just, I mean, look. And then he eventually shows the girls the video that Troy had sent him, and it's just like, yeah, no, that just. Not much else in terms of security as to what's going on in there, but they're sitting on a pile of stuff at least.
Perfect. Well, it's not so much the drug we need the person.
I know, it's just nobody's come out since I posted up here. So
Just keep waiting.
yeah.
Do you think?
Well,
Jacob, do you think with what you know about these kinds of going-ons, do you think I need some kind of identification to get in there, or do you think if I just need medication, I can get in there?
I mean, Trez isn't really a I mean,
I'm using that term lightly, but
why are we even going in there?
because we need to have someone with ties so that we could fucking.
If
Why
they're
do we
going
need to go in?
they're coming out.
Yeah,
Nobody's
grab
come
them.
out.
nobody has come out since we pulled up here. It's been empty.
Has anyone gone in?
No.
No.
Well, then I wouldn't expect anyone to come out, would I? Just wait till someone comes, and then when they leave, we'll grab them.
All right. fuck it.
I mean, what we could do is we could do a whole little thing. Me and Karen do the whole hi, we're hot, we'll suck your dick thing, and then draw them to some fucking random alley, and then take him and run.
Fuck it, that's a plan. And then he just kind of calms to Troy. Just
Also, stop
Hey.
pressing your fucking. You don't
Fuck.
have to press it. You can just talk.
just press it each time. He just looks at Troy and he just says to Troy, it's just like, hey, hang tight, we'll be there. We're gonna be here for a minute.
There's normally when you send a text to Troy when he's not net running, there's an instantaneous reply. There is just a second, just a single second, and then a reply, and it states acknowledged.
Kind of just passes by Jacob. So
Where are you all standing?
just in right by the alley, around the corner, basically.
I'm gonna get in the van. I'm not hanging out on the street.
Okay. Do you want us to sit here and the two fuckers drive their van a little bit down to another alley? We get the guy to go down another alley.
I think this is a little kind of conspicuous. So if we could grab them maybe somewhere more than 50 feet away from the building, that'd be great.
So we're just going
Alright.
full stake out here.
Yep.
Yes.
So Patty climbs in the van too.
So
Dalton, Jacob.
Yep. Yeah, I guess we're moving the van. Dalton heads
Okay,
to the
just-
front
yeah,
seat.
just everyone heads back, I guess. Jacob's just like, well, fuck it. Don't need to run. So,
Let me do a couple of rolls here. Okay. You have a few minutes to yourselves. What do you guys get up to?
Patty's just trying to keep an eye out, see if like anybody comes from across the street that looks like a little angel guy.
Where are you
Never
in
mind.
this van?
X-ray vision. I'm kidding. She probably can't.
yeah, Jacob and Dalton would have to be the watch team.
When Dalton sits down in the cab, he just goes, "Oh, ow, oh, hang on a second." Pulls out a Glock, hands it to Jacob. Yeah, here, you hold on to this. I don't need it while I'm driving.
Just looks at it. It's just like they still make these?
And no, they do not.
They're just indestructible.
Where do you? What is it with you fucking Zoomers and collecting old shit?
I'm not gonna say it again, but it's not old shit. Starts the van and starts moving it forward a bit. Not going too fast or anything, not skidding off, just like it to the unsuspecting eye, it looks like we're just moving and repositioning it, just keeping it low key.
Yep. I don't need any rolls from you for that. If Dalton of all people could, do that, he can do it.
Patty in that moment, she's like feeling like how she looks. She's trying to be subtle, but she looks at like her really rough nails for a second.
Through the hole in the cab. Patty, there's I got sweatpants if you want them. I don't know.
Oh, thank God. And she immediately just changes into the sweatpants, but she keeps the midriff.
Going for the white trash chic.
At least I have clothes on.
At least I look good.
Yeah, look good and easy.
Karen is sending Jacob a text. Tell Patty she looks good.
Just Jacob just looks at Dalton and is just like, I'm not pulling a pin on this grenade.
I mean, not doing it might be pulling the pin on the grenade.
And Jacob just, how many creds for me to just throw this thing back there?
So, Dalton, how far down the street did you pull this vehicle?
At least to the next past, but not far past the next street or alleyway.
So, I'd like to ask you a question. How are you and Jacob able to see anything?
I can only see in front of me with my headlights.
Yes.
If he has some kind of super ocular vision, he can look back, but I'm just looking forward so I don't crash into anything.
Cool. All right. Well, all right. Just so I was made aware. All right. Continue as you guys do. What's going on in the back of the truck?
Patty is like, she's having to think about like, okay, I don't know how I feel right now. So she's like not talking at all right now. She's just kind of like thinking.
Who's watching the alleyway?
That feels like metagaming hard to me. It was like real
the one-
hard
the one-
metagaming.
It's
The
like,
one with ocular eyes is not watching.
I mean, there's a big door on the back of the van. I didn't tell anyone you couldn't use it.
to be fair, Jacob could just pop
So
out.
we pulled away and we've been moving this whole time.
Not we didn't pull away that far. I only went as far as the next street over. I just moved us out of easy view from the front door.
And we're facing away from the alley.
Oh, I can't turn the truck around in the alley. It's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, okay. I can't. Yep, I can't metagame. Yep. God damn you people.
Hey, it's okay, because I'm a born idiot, and Patty is too, so I accept it.
So, if anybody'd like to do lore rolls while they have a moment,
Sure.
to go through the data that Troy collected.
Yeah.
+1.
Okay.
-1.
So that puts you at a 1. That puts you at a 1. We'll just say you guys split the workload. Attack it from 2 different angles. Who's interested in what?
What are the files again?
Caboose.
It was the activities of going on inside the club, inside the clinic, and club revenue and clinic revenue, I believe.
Okay. I'd start off with the clinic activities.
Okay.
I'm looking at the same activities. I'm like, do they have like a marker for how often people show up to get their prescription?
Okay. So, Karen, what you figure out about the clinic is that it is for Lil Angel's gang members. This is functionally for the gang members. Now, Patty, who has knowledge here, Patty, this is a decreasing a drug schedule.
They literally have a clinic set up to help them wean their addiction.
It's a methadone clinic for Trez.
They're weaning them off of the Trez. Yes.
Wait,
Talking to Miss
wait.
Vivian. What?
The question I have to ask there is why? Because I would think is if I'm a drug dealer, right, I want them addicted to it so I can make more money off them. So they're doing the exact opposite of trying to make money off them.
Because that's not how they make money, Patty. They make money off of other things. And I was so gracious to talk to Miss Vivian, who informed me that she's not a fan of drug addiction. She doesn't like it in her business. She doesn't like it in her employees. So this makes perfect sense. She wants to get them off the drugs. And this is a perfect opportunity to have us spark an actual war between these two factions. Because we can not only spin that the Zacones are screwing everyone out of money, we can also spin it that the Zacones are the one injecting the Trez into the little angels. Perfect. Now they hate each other. Also, perfect opportunity for us to snag one of these little drug heads.
Yeah, Well, the question I have to ask then is she doing it like because it's like you don't use your shit, or is it just because she's like, what?
Have you ever dealt with a junkie?
Yes.
You can't trust them.
Yes. I'm not talking about junkies. I'm talking about why she cares.
Because it's her business, Patty. if she has junkies working for them, she can't trust them.
Yeah,
Get
but
rid of the junkies, get rid of that problem.
Okay,
Junkies are terrible for business.
Yes, but she can also make money off them, so a lot of motherfuckers do that kind of shit, so it's like, what does it fucking matter?
Maybe she's found it to work in her benefit, not leaning into the drugs. Maybe she's found that it's better to not.
Maybe you spent too much time with her, kind of liked her.
Lot to like there, Patty. Lot to like.
Two birds of a feather, I guess.
Yeah. Well, beautiful. So if it's set up for the little angels, then we don't have to worry about who necessarily goes in, because it's not just anyone. I'm glad you didn't try and go in there, Dalton. That would have been bad.
You wouldn't have gotten in except for like 2 hours later. Although, you know, like, okay, she takes off her codex for a second, you know. The joke is, you know, he's got man tits.
The panel is open. I can just hear you.
I didn't say that loudly.
I didn't take my comm device off.
And she's been streaming video the entire time.
Yep.
Haven't stopped.
Yeah. Pearl's just gonna have all of this available to her the whole time.
It's at that moment that there's a cut to a scene with Krill lying on the floor with her industrial leg broken and the lab disheveled and the shelf of booze missing. We then cut back.
Okay, so are y'all seeing anything up there?
I still think that if this person cares about community, I could probably get into the hospital.
Do you work for them?
I've driven for everybody. You don't get ID as a driver for any specific gang. You just drive for people.
Dalton, do you have a prescription set up with them? Yes or no? It's an easy question.
90% of drugs are illegitimacy.
Dalton, don't go in there because you'll get shot.
This seems to be a very up and up kind of clinic.
Besides, if you see someone, what's your plan?
I mean, I was just gonna wing it, but I mean...
Wing it how?
I don't know if you understand the term wing it, but there's no plan to it.
Or that's how you
I
get
just figured we needed somebody, so I was willing to put my bread on the line for it. I figured do a little more than drive.
Troy is more likely to get in there than you.
Oh my god, Troy can barely get it out of a paper bag.
He literally
I heard
just
Patty ask a good question. Does anyone see anything?
No.
Are you looking? We've been here how long now?
You want to swap seats?
Yes.
Oh, actually, sorry about this. Dalton crawls through the cab into the back, goes to the back door, unlatches something, and slides part of the metal chunk and opens up to like a small screen window on the back door.
You could have done this earlier.
I actually forgot I had that. I haven't used this truck in a long time.
Goddamn mantids.
There's a pair of gentlemen exiting the alleyway, walking the other way.
We got... She just holds up 2 fingers.
Yeah, I'm just kind of... Because he was watching Karen's feed. Just... a little stretch. And just... Anybody want to come with?
I'll go.
Anybody want to come with?
Sure.
Just with that, just door opens, and he just looks at the two. Any description about them?
Leather, pseudo leather jackets, little angels tags on the back. Nondescript guys. I mean, one is slightly shorter, one is slightly taller. It's difficult to tell how well they're bulked out underneath the jackets. Yeah, they're just walking the other direction, away from you, away from the club.
Can I do notice roll for like any weapons on the hips?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you want to do notice or investigate, you seem to know what you're looking for.
I guess investigate. Okay, cool. -1.
It's getting dark. They have jackets covering. They're walking the other way, and you're about a block and a half increasing in distance. It's difficult to get a read on that.
My eyes. I know it's for like specifically reading like biological processes on people.
Yes.
Is it able to improve lighting?
No, we have never narrated that at any point. It's
Yep, that's
never
fair.
been
I
specified.
figured I'd ask.
Yep.
And before Patty goes, do you have your little hand shockers on?
Bzz, bzz.
Beautiful.
Yep. And she puts the taser in like the back. It's not going to be like directly on the side, but she can at least have it on her.
With that, Jacob just steps out. It's just waiting on Patty to get out. Just
Yeah, she climbs out. All right, let's go.
Just instead of taking off in the sprint, he just asks her, "It's like, well, how do you want to hit this?"
I mean, I don't know. Like this ain't kind of my run. I'm following your direction here.
Do you have anything to tie him up with?
I figure if we follow them and then get the truck to pull up after we like engage with them, then we can knock one out, put one in the back, and then run. I've got a taser, so you know, and I can like shock them.
How's that sound, Dalton?
I mean, if they're drug addicts, you can just tell them you can imply something's expensive you need help with down the street, and they'll probably just follow you back here, and we can put them in the truck.
These are gang members. That Can you just pull up when we tell you to?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
And just
All right.
with that, Jacob just pulls up 2 SMGs and just starts walking and following them to make sure that they're a good distance away from the building.
Did I stay?
As you walk in front of Lost Innocence, you are immediately accosted by the 2 security guards who see you walking down the street with your SMGs out. Hey, who the fuck are you? They've already drawn down on you.
Just without hesitation, without fucking any sort of fucking just immediately, Jacob just fucking hits the jets on his leg and just says, fuck it, just leg bomb this bitch. I'm invoking the stunt. And just says, fuck it, we're just putting this in overdrive. We're just gonna run forward, just take a nice big old swing right at the back of the shorter one and just roll.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Yeah, all you hear is from Patty, "The fuck?"
Okay, so I very quickly scrapped out their stats. Stat block for them. I wrote it down very quickly. You were going for the shorter one, I see.
Yep, just wind up with the SMG and just.
Okay. All right. And a sec. Okay. You clock him upside the head, and he stumbles a bit, but he does not go down. And the taller one begins to yell for help! Help!
Pulls out the taser. And she's like,
It's not a face, it's hands, motherfucker.
yeah, yeah.
Right. So, how far back is Pat?
You're about a half a block distance between each other,
Okay.
and and the two security guards from the front of Lost Innocence have begun hoofing it towards you. The two from the alleyway have started to come up, and now overcomes all of the plainclothes security that was in the club that was as yet unidentified has been notified.
Oh God. Are they like? I don't have my taser at the moment. He just started running. Like, are they looking at me at all?
Give me a roll.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it attracted literally all the attention.
-2.
It's there's a lot of commotion, and
Yeah.
you're running actively. It's difficult to get a read on who's looking at who when you're that involved.
I'm running towards him, and then I look. I'm like, oh God, what's happening? Fuck. Code red. And
Yeah, Dalton now.
Dalton, we need you.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah. She's trying to like look for one of those fucking like guys that were coming from the alley. She's like, what the fuck's going on here?
Such a shit show. As soon as you said it, I was like, well, all right, I know what's happening. Oh.
And just before any questions, anything could be said, just sprays down. Jacob just sprays down the taller one.
Dalton doesn't even turn the truck around.
You're gonna have to
He's
give me a
just-
roll. That is a
Dalton's
plus
driving
3 with a
car.
+2 athletics.
Fucking what the fuck? Application did not respond. Is this just a sign? The interaction failed.
Somebody roll for him.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
just-
roll for him.
I don't. This is the first time this is.
-2.
I hate you.
So shoot.
Well, get a better application.
Shoot
bitch.
is a 2. He just rolled a 3 with a +2 to athletics, which is a 5. You spray him down, but he is firmly clocked you, and he barrel rolls out of the way. That would make it his turn, and he then rolls, what is that? A 1 plus 3 fight. That's a +4 to fight. Go ahead and give me a defense roll here. Patty, somebody.
Let me try.
Oh, I'm
Let me try.
defensing? Okay.
Yeah, let me give it a try and see.
Oh, there we
+1.
go.
Okay.
All right. So,
Thank God you didn't take mine there.
Ooh.
it's a success at a cost. So he's gonna lunge at one of your SMGs and snatch it out of your hand. And in that motion, you manage to get a hit in on him with it.
Oh,
He'll take a physical stress off of that. Let me just mark that. But he now has successfully disarmed you of one of your SMGs.
Well, since he's right up close and personal, spray with the other one.
The other guy now takes his turn. And he has rolled, what is that? That is a 1. That is a 2 to his shoot. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Right.
So that's a 3.
-1.
Your athletics is 2. He successfully wings you in the shoulder for one physical stress.
Okay, well, boom.
Security now is catching up, and in the next turn, the 2 security guards will become engaged in the action economy.
Okay, where am I standing in the middle of this? I watched.
I don't know. How much running did you choose to do?
She's like, unsure jogging right now because literally like, she's probably like a quarter of a block at this point.
Okay.
Because she's like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is he doing? Like, so she sees the 2 security guards, I think, up on Jacob, and then she sees the 2 alleyway people running up at the moment.
Well, you wouldn't see those. If you're looking at them, they're behind
yeah.
you.
Okay. Can I look behind me just in case?
You can give me a roll.
Okay. Oh god. +0. Can I use a fate point to get, like...
Can you explain to me what aspect you have that would be invocable?
I don't have an aspect. I was thinking she's high stress moment. She's like looking like her head on a fucking swivel. That's the best I got right now.
What is your high concept?
She used to work for MedTech. She was good at her job. So she's good at assessing scenarios.
There you go.
Okay.
So you can get a +2.
Okay.
Yes, you see the 2 security guards coming up out of the alleyway. You, +2, you see the 2 security guards coming up out of the alleyway.
Okay, so I relay 2 security guards coming out of the alleyway behind me, 2 on Jacob. I stop and I like get in the middle of the sidewalk and I'm like, yo, did you hear that crazy noise? What's going on?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm getting their attention. I don't even know if it's a good lie. I don't care.
The did you hear that crazy noise? What's going on is pretty much overridden by the gunfire. The attention of a security guard is most likely drawn towards the gunfire rather than some chick in a midriff cut off saying, "Oh my god, did you hear that weird noise?"
I fucking hate you, Jacob.
Oh.
So go ahead, Jacob. It's your turn again.
Fuck it, spray the tall one. He's still nice and close.
Okay, so Dalton, I presume you've managed to 37-point turn this truck.
Dalton's
considering just driving the other way.
Dalton's
like, no, I left.
Some of these
I
assholes.
left.
Well, due to the electric nature of the situation, I was gonna say that Dalton didn't turn at all.
Okay.
Act out.
Okay.
Oh no, I just fired in reverse.
Okay.
I'm coming at you at speed.
Okay.
At reverse with only my old man eyes to look out behind me.
Give me a roll.
Ram me up, Scotty.
Give me.
Troy's still standing in
roll.
the back, but he's braced himself.
Okay.
Okay, driving.
Come on, catastrophic. No.
Oh, -1.
Okay. You are successfully driving down this street. We shall see if there's any obstacles that you need to avoid suddenly.
Karen to hit this drive-by like a motherfucker.
So, Jacob, your turn. Oh, you wanted to shoot the tall one, I presume.
Well, yeah, because he's already got the. Does short one have any damage?
No.
Already. Okay, so then yeah, fuck it, tall one. Tall one gets just full blast right.
Okay,
right in the,
give me
right
a
in the
roll.
stomach. Boom.
Oh god.
Just point blank, just full magnum.
We were doing so good too.
Oh, wait, hold on. It cancels
Yes, we were. Caboose, don't you lie to us.
4. It's a success with a cost. So you do successfully hit him. He'll go down, but one of those shots in the mag dump ricochets and hits you.
All right.
Take another physical stress.
All right, so that's 2.
How much you got?
I got 2 physical stress.
No, how many total?
What do you mean?
Like how much can you get total?
Well, he's got consequences to fall back on as well.
Yeah, I'm
'cause
just
everything.
asking.
I'm coming from a blank damage slate.
Okay, so your max is 4.
Okay, so let's pull that 2, 4. Give me your roll.
From whom?
Short guy's still targeting you,
Oh right. Yep.
and you just shot his buddy.
Yep. -2.
Athletics, that takes you down to a 1. He's got a plus 2. He's got a 2. That's a 4. So that's a shift of 3 damage you'd have to absorb. Little guy takes that moment for you while you shot his buddy and goes, Jimmy, and fucking just shoots you point blank. I'm gonna say right hand side rib cage.
Just boom. So, what would I put that?
You need to absorb 3 stress.
Yep. So, I'm guessing consequences. Bullet in the ribs.
Yeah.
All right. Boom. So yeah, drops to 1 knee and all that other, fucking all that shit.
Now security is engaging in the action economy as well. They've arrived on scene. They see one of their members, the gang members, has been shot and is on the ground. They see one of them yelling and with his gun pointed at you, and so they immediately draw down on you.
Question. The 2 guys that were running up, have they run past me yet?
Oh no, they're not running up. They have come up to sort of supplement the front of the club. Since
I was wanting to ask if they passed me and I could do like charge up my hands.
Well, the two at the door were ahead of you. They're at Jacob.
Okay.
The 2
They're
that
going this way. They're coming like
The 2 at the door immediately started running at Jacob while you were moving at a slow jog. The 2 down the alley came up from the alley to the front of the club to cover the front of the club, while the other 2 were otherwise engaged. So you now have 2 guys at the door looking down the road at what's occurring there.
Okay. I'm going to pull up my midriff and like try to like get it around my face so I can at least partially cover my face, and try to like run up towards the 2 guys who are like running towards Jacob like from the alley, and I'm turning on the stun hands and try to stun them both.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Oh God. -2.
You would have had to do 2 different rolls for this. You would have had to do an No. You would have had to have done an athletics, then a fight. But your athletics, you pull your midriff shirt up to cover your face and attempt to get some disguising going. And in that action, while you're attempting to come up on them quickly, you basically trip and land on the ground with your tits out now.
Okay. And I'm standing up, and the shirt's not even coming up, like off at this point. I'm just like, fuck, and I just like pull it back down, and I renew back towards that.
Okay. The 2 that are engaged with Jacob, one of them is going to just gonna hold that up. The GM, you guys have chosen an interesting night to do this. The GM's had a hot hand. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah.
Take one of those pluses off. You're not allowed to have 3 total.
The GM's had a hot hand. So let's see. Hold on. I have security guard. The front security guards are already. Yes, I have their. Okay, so they have. They were on the main sheet. I didn't have to do quick supplementals. I already have stat blocks for them. So security guard 1, Nevin. If you're wondering. Nevin has a +4 to fight here, and a +3 to physique, and a +2 to shoot. And so he's going to swing the butt of his gun at Jacob, right at Jacob's head. Jacob, you want to give me a counter roll?
Might as well. -2.
Okay, so that would be your athletics. That's a 1. So that's a 7. So you have to absorb a stress of 6.
Fun.
Here,
So-
Jesus Christ.
So I'm guessing concussion here.
So what do you have on your page at this point?
Bullet in the ribs and my mild fucking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
I haven't.
So
Yeah, because I cleared the physical stress to absorb that.
So you have a 1, 2, and a 3. The 1 and the 2 probably are used in your physical stress, right?
Yes.
So you can use your your third physical stress, and you could use a mild consequence. No, I'm sorry. That would only be that would be 5. Yeah, you're going to have to use your severe consequence. And so yeah, you now have a severe concussion.
All right.
Oh, God.
Dalton, I'll let you get in here before the second security guard engages.
How do I phrase this? Yes. What's the spacing like around Jacob and the security?
Well,
many?
the majority of the crowd out front of the club has fled. Gunfire, is common in NSF, but nobody wants to be around it when it's happening. So you have one dude on the ground, one dude on standing over him, and 2 security guards, and Patty scraping her tits up off the ground at that time. So basically, it's sort of all huddled around the sidewalk and a little bit spilling out into the street. But for the most part, it's sidewalk and street adjacent.
Okay. I'm going to try something, and I'm just going to say ahead of time, my apologies to any teammate I run over. I'm just going to try and nail a security guard or 2 on the pull-up.
Or 3.
Okay.
Let's not overdo it. I'll try for 2, but I'm expecting to hit 1.
Give me a roll.
Please. Please use your fate points here. If there's any moment to use fate points, it's right now.
I mean, I'm doing it for the vine. I want to look cool in front of Karen.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not how you roll. All right. So can I use a fate point first or
Just
after?
give me a roll.
-1.
Okay.
Could be worse.
So,
I'm a good driver. -1 doesn't hurt.
yep. But even still,
Oh, God damn it.
so that's good. It's good. By definition for the fate ladder, that is a good roll. Right? By definition. It's good. If you want to use that fate point and get you up to a +5, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing it for the vine, right? You're going
Yep.
in with some style. Plus,
Dalton has a
putting a little English on it, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Little swervy swerve. That would get you up to superb. Now, this is where I, as a GM, have to make some like very distinct distinctions, right? Like, this is the difference between like a good is a 3, a 4 is a great, 5 is superb, and 6 is fantastic, right? 7 is epic, and 8 is legendary, if anybody's wondering. Now I have to wonder to myself, is it superb? He's got 2 guys in front of him. He's got 1 guy on one side, 1 guy at his feet, and then Jacob sort of in the middle, right? With the movement of a van at speed, is superb good enough to not clip Jacob? Probably not.
God.
So, as you engage in this action, what I'm going to allow is for the first concession of the campaign. I will allow a group concession rather than an individual concession. Because if this were allowed to play out the way it's about to play out, you would have pieces of Jacob under the wheels. So, the way Concede works is if it's PvP or GM versus player, you're allowed to concede, but I'm getting to narrate it. But you get a fate point as a result for that concession. So, Dalton, you swing up, squealing tires right adjacent to Troy, being robotic in nature, having a heavy physique, immediately just reaches out and grabs Jacob, and just literally the vehicle continues moving as Jacob gets yanked into the vehicle as you continue on moving. And then you are going to have to figure out how to get Patty into the van.
Is Patty running up in this moment?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She still charging the shock hands?
Sure.
Okay. She's trying to run up. She's trying to shock the midsection of one guy and try to pick him up and throw him into the back in the same breath.
Oh, also, Jacob, you have, what are your consequences, Filled?
I got mild bullet in the ribs and severe concussion in severe. Moderate still empty.
You now have a dislocated shoulder from Troy yanking your arm while moving the vehicle. While the vehicle is moving. Patty, give me a roll.
Okay. Oh, God. Come on. Please. Please. -2. Can I use a fate point?
You can.
She's in battlefield mode. She's like, I have my target. I am focused. I need to get onto them in that moment.
Okay, so who are you targeting? What are you doing?
The one that was hit the most by Jacob in that moment, who is on the ground.
The one who's already shot.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What are you attempting to do here?
If he's not like running around or anything, she's going to try and like pick him up and throw him to the back of the truck and hop in there.
Patty grabs him and attempts to throw him and misses. He lands short of the vehicle as it is moving at speed. And now the security guards are aware that Patty is involved in some capacity.
Oh, God. Okay. That's fine. I'm yelling out, "This is for the Zacones, bitch!" And I'm still trying to get him into the back of the truck.
Well, that's fine, but there's
Yeah.
a whole bunch of actions to be taken before that occurs.
Yeah. I am doing what I can, okay? I am trying to salvage this as much as possible.
Making it worse, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just hold on. I'm just gonna pick it up. Can we hold on? It's
Is it just straight pluses?
It's +4.
yeah.
I hate you, Kai. I genuinely hate you.
Oh,
Fuck you.
God.
Hey,
I told you, GM
Jacob,
has a hot
Jacob,
hand tonight. I should be at the casino.
Jacob, this is all your fucking fault, you fucking dumbass.
He's like passed out at this point.
Yep. And
She's
she's like,
done bad.
Okay, so Nevin sees you trying to kidnap one of their members.
yep.
Or accosting. I don't think any of the security really can make heads or tails of what's occurring in the moment. But you are accosting somebody wearing Lil Angel's colors. So they will do what they do. He's going to use his +3 physique and his +4 roll to physically restrain Patty.
Okay.
Give me a roll.
+0.
Okay. Consider yourself restrained.
How is he restraining me?
He is holding you by the upper arms. He's got you by the biceps.
Oh, he's like doing that. So my hands
Yeah.
are like, okay.
The second security guard will take his action to... Well, you know what? I'll let the coin decide what he's going to do.
Jacob.
Okay, the second security guard is going to put a pair of zip tie restraints on your wrists.
Okay, I don't care. It's still like right there, so I can still like. Yeah. Okay.
That's what he's going to do.
Is he holding my arm, my wrist in the moment?
He is not. The Nevin, of course, has you by the biceps, still like controlling your body.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to try and do is like rub my hands together behind my back and then shock him in the stomach and get him to let go of me and try to run.
Okay, hang on. There is one more turn I need to figure out. What would he do? Okay, so yeah, I believe Shorty is he's attending to his friend who is rough. He's having a bad night. He's attending to his friend. That's what he's doing. He's kneeling beside him, trying to stop some bleeding and tying some things off and that sort of deal. Go ahead and attempt what you're going to attempt, Patty.
Okay. All right. +1. So cybernetic defibrillator hands to shock him.
Okay, so that's a +2 to fight.
That's a +5 total.
Let's see. So
Oh, it's a +4.
let's see. Yes. So Nevin. Oh no, sorry. It would. Yeah, that would be Archer. He sees you. He sees what you're attempting to do. He's up close, personal. You have limited mobility. He sees this sort of like the beginning of the arc, right? The little crack of the taser, and he is firmly clear of it.
The guy holding with the biceps?
Oh, you can't even get to him.
I'm not even trying to shock the guy like who's zip tying me. I'm trying to hit the guy who's holding me by the biceps.
I mean, either way.
Can I like try and kick with my feet?
I mean, you can try and give me an athletics roll if that's what you're after, but that +1 to your athletics is still a 3. He's still gonna manhandle you with his physique.
Well, I have a +2 to my athletics.
I know. So your +1 +2 is a 3, and then he's gonna with his physique he's gonna have a 4.
Can I use my fate point?
I mean, you can go for it.
Yeah, I'm using my final fate point. And I am dead set trying to get him off me so I can run towards the truck.
Okay. So what's going to happen is Archer's going to assist Nevin as he is already assisting him. And it's going to be a tie with consequences. So you start running.
Yeah.
But I want you to add because you trip.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I want, let's call it not trip, but in order to maneuver yourself out of their grasp, you now have a moderate consequence that's going to have to fall down over a couple of sessions. Mm-hmm. Let's say you've sprained shoulders.
Okay.
They are inverted behind you at an elevated position. He's got you by the biceps, and you have to yank away.
Yeah. The muscles in that moment, like between her like calves and her shoulders flex, and she overextends the shoulders, but she gets out.
So you successfully escape his grasp.
Yeah.
And so
just hops into the truck. She's
sprinting off. Both the security guards decide it's probably not worth their time. They're going to see to the their wounded club member.
Yeah.
I also want from Karen, Troy, and Dalton. I want lore rolls.
Have anything in lore? I do not. +1.
Okay.
-1.
-3. Consistently bad at lore, Dalton.
Yeah, no, that's been firmly in character for you this entire time.
Yeah.
We've just been rolling negatives again and again here.
So
yeah.
Okay, so then don't worry about what I was about to do for you guys. Yeah, you guys just continue about your way. As you hop in the back and that door swings shut,
as it's just shutting, she says, the cones won't forget your betrayal, and just trying to like say anything at this point.
Okay, so that is the first bad roll I've had. And in that moment, they are firing their guns. That's what I was doing. It was a shoot roll to see if they were see what would happen if they shot at the van. So you are yelling something, but it is covered by gunfire.
Hey,
at least they didn't hear that. Thank you.
but the shots go. The shots just sort of ping off the back in a couple of places, harmlessly deflected. Nothing eventful going on there.
Yeah. Okay, Troy, get me out of these restraints.
Troy, don't.
I need to make sure Jacob's okay.
Oh, Jacob's
Troy just kind of has Jacob pressed against his chest, and he's just looking back and forth at Karen.
Troy, set Jacob gently down. Get
Set
me
him
out of these
down.
restraints.
Let Patty help him.
In a surprisingly gentle and articulate motion, Troy quite delicately sets Jacob down onto the floor of the van. I'm assuming that's the only suitable place right now.
There's probably the couch.
I'm sorry. The laugh was just me thinking like you guys should just open up an ice cream shop.
Do you say that out loud, Patty?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, Troy ceases in the moment, looks over to the couch, and states that is likely a more appropriate location. Picks Dalton back up as gently as you can pick up someone with a fucking broken shoulder, and gently sets him back down onto the couch.
Is he conscious?
You're the medic.
I'm guessing no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get
shot,
me out of these.
concussed, picked up out of a moving van.
I'm gonna go with. Ideally, he'd probably wish to be unconscious. Either way.
Yeah.
After
It's just-
setting him-
it's that concussion right now, which is the bigger concern.
After setting him down on the couch, Troy delicately, slowly backs off and lets Patty do her work.
I'm still in the restraints, Troy. Get me out of the restraints.
Troy goes around Patty, or Troy walks up to Patty and says, "Please turn around." And you said there's zip ties, right?
Yep.
Troy is going to just kind of try and grab the zip ties and pull them apart. Physique roll, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, I want you to be more specific, though.
Okay, so
Are you,
he's
like,
gonna.
grabbing a wrist.
I'm not. No.
If you rip them off my hands, I'm gonna hurt you.
No. He's going to get his fingers between, like the zip tie, and her wrist. So he's not grabbing her wrist.
Okay.
If that's,
Give me a roll. Give me a
Okay.
roll. Give me.
Can you tell I've never been arrested before?
You
+1.
That's a +4 for you. Consider the zip ties broken.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay. She instantly pulls out her backpack and she's like mumbling to herself. She's like, "This goddamn fucking idiot just like, loses his shit the minute anything goes fucking. Why did he bring even the fucking SMGs out? Jesus Christ!" And she's like getting to work and setting him up.
By the way, one of those SMGs got left behind.
I don't care. This is his dumb ass fault. If we get caught, it's his fault. Don't care. All right, she is instantly like starting to like recover and set up so she can help get him back to the base and try to deal with what she can.
Okay. So Dalton, give me a roll when you're done memeing. Dalton, like the wind.
+3.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
as soon as you do a drive roll. Like as soon as you do a drive roll. Like the fucking wind. Dalton immediately just heads back to the base. You get like, cause this thing doesn't like, you can't get close with this thing.
No,
So-
this is, yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to be transported in.
Oh God, help me. Okay. So we get like close to the base.
Yeah, about a block and a half away.
Okay. Can I help stabilize him in the meantime until we get there?
Give me a roll.
Okay. I don't have any more fate points, so let's hope I don't fuck it up. Okay, it's a +0. We're okay.
So Patty, we decided that was your craft roll. So
Human crafting.
yes, human crafting.
Yeah. I am the necromancer.
That's good. Good is good enough. You consider him relatively stable.
Yeah. I at least got enough pressure on the fucking bullet wound.
Yeah.
Everything else I can deal with. I gotta make sure that head doesn't take any more damage because he has like probably like a serious concussion. So I'm like, and once she eventually gets him stable enough, she just takes a moment. She falls back against the wall. She's like, "What the fuck happened?"
So, you arrive, block and a half away from the base. How do we transport Jacob in?
All right. Do we have any blankets in here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Troy, grab one end. I'm gonna grab the other. We're gonna slowly lift him up, and we'll carry him the rest of the way. Okay?
Very well. And Jacob and Troy just follows your orders, grabbing
I
one
know-
end of the blanket.
I know that we're in a kind of dingy part of town, but there's no way for this not to look sus as hell.
I don't care. We gotta just get him out of the fucking visibility, okay? We gotta get him in.
No one will
Okay.
care.
Shit's already gone crazy enough tonight. I don't know if it can get any crazier.
No, we're good.
Okay. Cool. Troy, grab that end, wrap it around your hand, and I'm gonna wrap around this end, and we'll slowly lift him up and carry him the whole way, okay? Dalton, if my arms are feeling fucked right now, so I'm gonna need your help on my end, okay?
Yeah, you got it, Patty.
Thanks.
Dalton follows close behind Patty.
As you get back to the base and you make your way inside, you very quickly find a scene in which Krill is incapacitated on the floor and the base looks like it has been tossed, and the camera fades to black.